Hi, everybody. My name is Amber Jones, and this is my identity portfolio lesson plan. With this project, students would be reading, analyzing poetry, writing constructive responses, evaluating peers, creating I am from poems, composing short stories, creating collages to visually represent themselves, creating Voki presentations, and all of these would be using the new Web 2.0 tools that we learned in this course. On the left-hand side of the screen, my standards, my ELA standards are posted with the activities they will be using. Identifying the theme and breaking down the text is in everything we do in English, so that's a standard that's necessary. All the other ones go with the other activities that we'll be using in this lesson. The ITSE standards are posted here on the right. And day one. The first assignment that the students will be asked to do is read the identity poem by Julio Noboa. And it's small, but this is clickable. And when I post this, you can click it and read through it if you would like. What they will do with that poem is analyze it using this TPCAST. The TPCAST stands for title, paraphrase, connotation, attitude, tone, shift, title, and theme. And then students would use the race writing strategy to compose a response to the question in the context of the poem: what makes you who you are? Does the speaker portray being a flower or a weed as a decision? Why or why not? Cite evidence from this text. Use your own experience in other literature, art, or history in your answer. Excuse me. On day two, teachers would model how to create a storyboard using a real story from her life or my life, and students would create a storyboard to do the same thing except digital. The website that they will be using is called storyboardthat.com, and students will be required to use dialogue, sensory details, character development, setting, and conflict in their stories. The students would submit their projects using It's Learning, which is also called Verge, on their Chromebooks. And there's a feature on Verge that allows students to peer review, and you can set how many students that they're required to peer review. I chose to. The instructions for the students were a little bit more specific. I asked them to write about a traumatizing or funny or memorable event that was with a family member or another person to make sure that there were characters involved in their story. And these were the instructions that I posted on Verge. On day three, students were asked to represent themselves visually using befunky.com. I really like this website and it's so user friendly. The kids jumped right into it and it was very easy for them to do. My example is on the left hand side. I asked them to put together a collage of about 7 to 10 pictures. As you can see, there's a little more than 7 to 10 pictures, but I wanted to fill the format. On the right-hand side, my instructions are on the right-hand side. Students would then be asked on the fourth day to create I am from poems. I am from poems are one of my favorite things to teach. And after students get over the literal meaning of where they're from, the poems are very unique and the students are usually very engaged in them. On the right hand side is the template, and on the left hand side is my example. Here's my example. And here's the template that the students were given. As you can see, it shows on the bottom of each line what students are expected to write in that line. And through walking around and talking with the students, I helped them to better choose words to put in these blanks instead of specific things like I'm from Atlanta. On day 5, students created a presentation using Voki.com, and using Voki, they put together all of their pieces of their identity project, which was the I Am From poem and the story and a collage, and they used an avatar to present their portfolio. My students do not like talking in front of people, And so this was a way that they could create an avatar or something to represent them even more and present their identity project for them. So students were assessed as they created poetry that illustrated interpersonal issues and reflected their culture. To generate new knowledge, the students worked with Web 2.0 tools like Voki, BeFunky, HP Reveal, and Storyboard That in order to apply existing knowledge of ELA skills and to generate new ideas, digital products, or processes. I did not mention HP Reveal earlier because that is one of the ways that I planned on differentiating. HP Reveal allows you to add digital or virtual aspects to an assignment. You can take a picture of an assignment and embed extra instructions or help or hints for students if they need them. All of the rubrics for this project I used were from Rubistar, and I've attached those, and those will be posted along with this video. And the complete identity portfolio containing the I Am From poem, the short story, the personal collage, and the Voki podcast would be assessed using that rubric, and it would count as a summative assessment. Thank you.